I'm James Spann. This is the Weather Xtreme video for Thursday morning, the 24th of June. We are expecting gradual changes coming up. We think we'll see a gradual increase in the number of showers and storms this weekend. Next week, just a chance, we might see drier air from the north, and a tropical storm seems likely for the Gulf of Mexico. So a lot on the plate this morning. Let's get in there and talk about it. First off, the pictures off the Skycam network. Some captures this morning about 5 o'clock. That's the Gadsden Skycam. The sky clear, looking back to the east, getting ready for a summer sunrise. Pretty much the same sky from Trussville, northeast of Birmingham, and way down south. That is Atmore, Alabama, in Escambia County, just a stone's throw away from the Florida line. And the sky down there is clear. Well, the heat ridge is in place across the deep south. The active westerlies are up north, where very active weather has continued. Had a tornado warning for Cook County and Chicago yesterday about 6 o'clock in the evening. But for the moment, things are quiet up there. Just a flash flood watch for parts of Indiana. Convective outlook, the risk today runs from the Virginias north to Maine. On the upper part of the Atlantic coast, also a slight risk way up north on the Canadian border. Tomorrow, a slight risk for the Dakotas and Minnesota. And day 3, which is Saturday, a slight risk, again, up north, which is what you expect in summertime. QPF chart, heaviest rain up north. The numbers here are coming up now. This is valid through Monday evening of next week. And that's in response to the expected increase in showers and storms tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And yeah, look at the tropics. Perhaps a tropical storm coming up from the south, and you can see a max, what could be on the path there from near the Yucatan Peninsula up toward southeast Louisiana, the heaviest rain along and east of the center of the axis there. There's a look at that wave this morning in the Caribbean near Jamaica. Disorganized, but the numbers keep coming up, which I think is appropriate. The guys at NHC have a 40% chance now of this developing into a tropical depression. The shear analysis showing very favorable conditions now as the system ultimately gets up toward the Gulf of Mexico. And, of course, we all know the water's warm down there. The models, oh boy, you got the better ones want to hook it up this way toward the Central Gulf. You still got a couple of the Clippers, a model that is based on analogs. Statistical model. It's not a dynamic model, but very interesting to see how that works there. We'll look at the WRF. Brings it up as a strong tropical storm due south of Destin by the middle of next week. The 10-meter wind is 59 knots. And again, that would be a strong tropical storm. And the GFDL brings it as a Category 1 hurricane to near the mouth of the Mississippi River by the middle of next week. So again, you can see some of the better dynamic models are indeed hooking that thing northeast right up this way in response to a trough, or what could be a trough split, a weakness in the ridge down through there. And I believe that idea has some distinct credibility now. Typically, the early season systems don't become these powerhouse hurricanes. They can, but it's fairly rare. But anything goes out there, so we're going to keep a close eye on that. So interest on the Central Gulf, need to watch this thing very carefully in coming days, and then we could have a tropical storm or maybe a hurricane affecting the Central Gulf Coast toward the middle of next week in about 6 to 7 days. Let's look at the GFS. This is the OZ run, valid at 1 o'clock this afternoon. You can see the ridge is weakening just a little bit today. Heights coming down by ever so slight margins, and that could result in a slow increase in the convection today. We still think anything out there today should be pretty isolated, but tomorrow the atmosphere aloft cools a little bit and the convection should increase, so scattered showers and storms are likely by afternoon. And for the weekend, that's the deal. A pretty good moisture axis sitting over us, and no doubt there will be showers and storms around on Saturday with highs getting down closer to 90, and the same thing on Sunday. So, again, if you got something planned outdoors, no doubt you might have to duck inside a time or two with some showers and storms around. But the good news, the heat levels will come down. And Monday of next week, you can begin to see the genesis of the trough over the east. with the heat ridge moving west. And again, we've got a surface boundary on Monday running down to about the Ohio River. We'll still be in pretty soupy air, so that looks like a day where showers and storms could be pretty likely. And then Tuesday, there's your trough. It's not as deep on this run, but you can see the trough ridge trough configuration. Again, down below that, the surface boundary is near Huntsville. And Wednesday, it pushes the thing all the way down to the Gulf Coast. And if this is right, we would be in drier continental air on Wednesday. Nights would be cooler, the humidity would be lower, and highs would be in the upper 80s. And the GFS has a surface low in the Atlantic east of Charleston, moving along that surface boundary. And again, that could be our tropical system. But again, all of this is speculation out there. The GFS is not really equipped to handle tropical systems, at longer ranges. We all know that. And then Thursday of next week, we stay in dry air. That might get us down in the low 60s at night. Lower humidity and highs in the upper 80s. Sounds good, but the other idea here is that tropical system gets hung up with a ridge developing to the north, and it's forced west, and we get a heavy rain event going here next week. So this is all voodoo out there, and this all could change, but the GFS is trying to tell us it's going to be dry for the middle of next week on Wednesday and Thursday. We'll check the end of the forecast on July 9th. General ridging aloft around the nation. That looks relatively quiet out there if this is right. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog, the next video here by 3:30 or so today. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.